Tony Lewis of the Charleston County School District's Constituent School Board, District 20, says he is tired of Stony Field being neglected. I speak exclusively with Tony for a special edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And be sure to download the free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores. And listen to this interview later on iHeartRadio.
Tony Lewis.
Hey, my friend Quintin Washington. Mr. Quintin Washington.
Yeah.
Pleasure being honored in your grace.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it greatly, as always.
Yes, sir.
So here we sit. In all of the 10 interviews that I've done for Quintin's Close-Ups with you, you've talked to me about Stony Field.
Yes, sir.
And in every interview, you basically said, no more patching.
No repair, no Band-Aid. We want a new stadium because it's deserving for the community of Burke High School. First and foremost, the taxpayers, the community, the student athletes, and the staff, and the alumni, and the board members, constituent board members, sir.
And obviously from Channel 4 it reads this: city officials confirm the Department of Parks is putting the finishing touches on plans to fix the failing football field and crumbling concrete. And it goes on to say this: a city spokesperson tells ABC News 4 an official announcement about renovating Stony Field could come as early as September. When you think of renovating Stony Field, what goes to your mind?
Renovation just means the same old thing I'm talking about, patching. I mean, this pressure wash, paint, uplifted, that's all. No, we're tired of that. You can go and put a brand new stadium over here in Wando. You got one getting ready to go in North Charleston. Like as I said again, it's not fair to Burke High School. And everybody preaching, but they care about Burke High School is not the case. Because if you cared about Stony Field, the folks who are in these positions can help make this happen. Because we're going to target Dr. Postaway, Charleston County Superintendent, and Mayor John Tecklenburg, because we're going to get to the bottom of this. We're tired of this. You know, it's the only high school down in Charleston now. And it's being neglected for some reason.
What is your reason?
My reason I believe it is political and bureaucrat. And then and another thing might be another ulterior motive, that they don't want to do something with the field. See? Because it may be some of the thing of wanting Burke for the longest. Folks been wanting Burke High School for the longest. But as I say to them, by every fiber being in my body, they're not going to get it.
And I understand that, you know, when you talked to me with the last interview, you told me that you brought all the major players to the table.
Yes, sir.
How many more people do you want to bring to the table this time?
I want to bring nothing but two people. Two people. One who runs Charleston County School District, which is Dr. Postaway, Dr. Jarrell Postaway, and Mayor John Tecklenburg. Those are the key players in this here. Because see, they're the bosses. They can delegate it where it needs to go.
And let me get over to, obviously, the Charleston County School District once again, because obviously you are the chairman of the Charleston County School District's Constituent School Board for District 20.
Yes, sir.
And they're in their 4th day of the school for the first semester for this fall season. What is it like to be there in the presence of the kids and the teachers in your mind?
Well, I think there's a new year coming. Should be new ideas, new visions, to carry our scholars to be successful in their endeavors in being academically compliant.
Now, what are those ideas and visions in your mind for District 20?
Well, ideas and visions, meaning that I want the scholars and the staff and the parents to be on a board, along with the constituent board, community, alumni, and all. We want everybody to be a part of this process, this academic achievement process for these scholars in these schools down in District 20.
And you mentioned Burke earlier. Where are we with the discussion about the future of Burke in your mind?
Well, again, I'm seeing folks playing this game with Burke High School. And it's more so folks within this and within, okay? And it's so a shame that you have folks who came from out of Burke High School playing this game with Burke, along with Burke. Alumni, okay? Some of the alumni are playing this game with Burke because I shut them down back in 2000. I can't remember what year it was. Let's go back 3 years now. It's just 18. So like 15, 16, somewhere in that range. I shut them down right down there in 75 Calvin Street when Mike Bobby was the acting superintendent.
Right.
Dr. Lisa Herring.
Right.
It was a group of folks. It was Mr. Stobbs, it was Miss Darby, and Simmons, not Simmons, I'm sorry, Reverend Collins.
Right.
I apologize, Reverend Collins. And you had Miss Cindy Coates, Bond Coates in the background, where you had Miss Dr. Barbara Dillagard, Maurice Washington, Pete Lawrence, and those guys in there. Okay, and Miss Barbara Campbell and her daughter was in there, and they all had their vision. They all spoke, and after I spoke, and I told them, I'm sitting there listening to everybody. I stood up. I said, "Now everybody finished, Mom. It's my turn." I said, "Let me tell you two things I'm gonna say. Burke ain't going nowhere. Neither staff." And I walked out the door. And left like that. That's why Burke's still there, because you have a strong voice in myself. They'll fight for him. I'm not going to just give up on this situation, because again, folks have ulterior motive, okay, for Burke. Because developers come dangling monetary means around folks, and then folks see that. They don't care about where it came from. They don't care about the scholars and none of that. They care about that mighty dollar.
And let me go back to my first interview with you on December 1st, 2015. I was just watching it just a few seconds ago. But you basically said, hey, you have the community behind you as far as Stony Field.
Yes, yes.
What are you hearing from the community right now about the future of Stony Field?
They want a brand new football field. They're tired. They're very. As a matter of fact, I had folks call me on Sunday to spoke about Stony Field. Sunday gone, talk about Stony Field. They're tired. They're tired of this. And then how could you say they have a home field when they got to travel to West Ashley? That's not home field. And then utilize a college stadium, which the NCAA has problems with that, by high school using that field. See, so it's problems there. So again, like I said again, all the key players, we want two persons. Like I said, Dr. Jarita Postaway and John Tecklenburg to this table when we call again.
And as
we're going to get to the bottom of it.
And I know that Michael Miller is trying to get to the bottom of it as well, because he told Channel 4 that the school district has set aside $1 to $2 million to help pay for the improvements to Stony. So where's the money?
$2 million? When you're giving everybody else a buku of money. Hell, you got, I don't know how much it costs to do Mondo football field. When we're getting a brand new football field that's come straight up out the ground in here, they're playing on it. And Stony Field's still there. That's sad. You had Coach Earl Brown spoke up about Stony Field. You had some others spoke up about Stony. Edward Jones, you had my constituent school board. We're tired. We're tired of playing this monopoly game these folks playing. The city of Charleston and the county need to sit down and make something happen. No more of this. We're tired. We're not going to take no less. We're not going to settle for less. You're not going to give nobody else less. Why you want to give us to us? Okay, down here in District 20.
And I know that Channel 4 also reported this on their website, that the city owns the facility while the school system has a financial stake. What do you want the financial stake to be for Stony Field?
I want the final stake to be a brand new stadium put together by the city of Charleston and the Charleston County School District. That's what I want. A brand new stadium is like everybody else gets. We're tired. We're totally tired.
And where do we go from here? And I know that you want to have the press conference coming up.
Oh, I'm going to have a serious one. I want them to know I'm having one. I'm going to talk it over my constituent board members and from perspective. I don't have to come as a constituent board member. I can come from perspective of a community activist, which I was for 30-something years. Okay? So I don't have to speak up from the board direction. I can speak up from the direction of a community activist.
Now, when you do sit down with Dr. Postaway and obviously Mayor Tecklenburg, what else do you want to say besides a brand new stadium?
I don't want this to say, I want to see them writing paper. I want to see the paper. I want to see like this here. Hey, you got 1 cent sales tax. You can hold this here. See? Hey, you have the study in your hand. Yeah, all this. Hey, you have the capital projects. All this, I'm just showing you, sir. Okay, you have the people who can do this field, who had the same problem with the field in Columbia.
Right.
Same situation. Now, and you see the football field, them folks did it. They did a marvelous job. And here, this is for projecting what they were saying about Stony Field. See? And as I said again, there's a track around there. They covered up the track. See, so again, this track can be utilized to keep folks fit and trim, healthy, safe and sound as they walk inside versus outside. See?
And when you think of the history of Stony Field, how do you articulate that to the average person?
A long time, too long, very too long. Yeah, Coach Brown was playing when he was a teenager. Yeah, Mr. Pete Lawrence was playing when he was a teenager. You had my football team when we were running Hawks there. That's like 30, 40 something years ago. And Stonyfield was saying, but that's sad, very sad. Then you have Mayor Joe Rowley Stadium right next door, and more so closer to the water than Stonyfield. So you can do whatever you, the same folks who, whatever, if you don't want to use these folks here, Jumper, Carter, Cecil, Architect, well, use the folks who did Joe Rowley Stadium.
Tony Lewis, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate this.
Welcome, always a pleasure, sir, being in your grace and your presence.
Likewise,
Yes,
sir. Yeah, thank you.